Hello everyone. Hi, I hope everyone is doing well and good. So let's get into the video. So basically today I'm going to talk something different and I'll tell you a lot of things that you might enjoy and you might, you know, even put it into your life and make your life more better. Yeah, so today I'm going to talk about the life lessons which I actually learned in my younger self, but it took a lot of time for me to realize okay, this is actually what I've done, and now I can't do that because there's a lot of complex things going in my mind. I'll tell you. So basically, as I told you, I was in sixth. Yeah, sixth. I told you right in the previous video. If you want to know more about it, this is everything connected to previous video only. So if you watch that, you'll get to know more about this. So go and find the previous video, which is actually in my YouTube channel only. So let's get into the video. So basically, as I told you, I've completed six, then Corona started. Basically, it was the last session ending exams as taking. Four exams was almost over, only one was left, which is science actually. So I was like, okay, preparing. Being a topper, I was preparing like anything. And then I was like, okay, at 6 a.m. there's get a notification in my school group telling that there won't be any exam or any further school days also, because currently due to Corona, this will be postponed, this will be further information will be given to you. That's what they were like. I was like, okay, because the place where I was living, it isn't quarters, okay, as I told you, quarters. So here I didn't know anything whatever was actually happening because I was fully focused on my school things. But it doesn't mean now I will be like fully into this mood only. But no, as I just it became like online class was actually going, and I was like more concentrated in my whatever my in my quarters, whatever is actually going on. So there was like head of this quarters, basically, and there were even children families. So basically there were many programs running inside that quarters for making children happy and for keeping the families healthier, happier, and all this for making them entertain. All this was actually going on where they were taking initiative, and the head of the family the head of the quarters will be taking all these things. So basically the place where I was living was a unique place of quarters, and then the children from there will be selected for few of them will be selected to for the further competitions. And I'll tell you what actually happened is, I didn't know anything about it. I already told you in the previous video that I was having a school friend who was also in quarters with me, so I only know her. And she had almost three siblings. She was the fourth one. No, she was the third one. She had three siblings. She was the third one actually. She had one elder brother, one younger brother, and one elder sister. Yeah, this was a family what actually looks like. So they were having more connections. I'll tell you what actually happened. So once Corona started, I was like, Dada, oh my god, I was roaming like anything, I was enjoying my life actually. So this happens. I got to know that all this dance stuff is actually going on, which I'm more talented in, and I didn't know anything about it because my father was especially warning about not to participate in any of the things which is actually getting inside quarters. But because he believed that if I focus on all this dance stuff, I won't focus in my studies, I lose my marks, all these things, because it further happens. I'll tell you why. Okay, so he especially warned me, I'll tell you. Yeah. And then what actually happened, she took me to the place, because all our friends were there, okay, all our siblings were there in that particular room. And there was a head of the quarters also who was actually checking and was testing how our children dancing actually, whether they should be selected or not. Everything was actually gone. I didn't know anything about it, that what my father wanted was this only. I went there and I was like, oh my god, even I can dance, ma'am, can I show you? And I was dancing, I'm a classical dancer. So I just showed all this dance performance, and she was like, wow, you're so young, because I was in just seventh, okay? You're so young and you're dancing very well, very good. You are selected. I was like, wow, I'm selected for what? For what? And then I got to know, and she was like, your father will get to know. I'll send your further information to your father, because whatever happens is further connected to all the fathers who are present there. So basically, I got to home, and then I didn't tell anything about it because I know that it's gonna be something big. Okay, so my father entered the home and he was like, did you participate in something? I was like, yeah, just a dance thing, almost kinda. And then he was like, I told you not to do and you did that. And I was like, okay, this is the one you mentioned. And then what further happens? Scoldings, damal dumil, damal dumil. Damal dumil means beatings, yeah. Of course it would happen. All this happened. I'm not normalizing it, but yeah, when he told me not to do, I did that. So I was a bit scared of what I'll focus on my studies or not. That's the vision. So I got dhamal tumil, and then I was like, okay, I'm doing it. I participated in either way. I just didn't care about it. I was like, I will participate. I was participating in it. It's not that I didn't listen. I actually learned few things from it. I'll tell you. Okay, I went I went to the other competition. I danced. I got first prize. I won so many awards, and my father was like damn happy. Oh my god, my child is dancing. It's my child. It's my child. Yeah, he was actually very happy for that, and I was like, yeah, I did it. And then guess what? The further I'll tell you. So all the fathers are very connected to the quarter set. I already told you. So basically, what actually happened? The further competitions was happening a lot. Like yearly, at least per month, one or two twice competition will be going on. And you know what, the committees which is actually present, they were calling my father and telling my father that your daughter should actually dance. She's the best dancer and you should make her do. And my father was like, please. I was like, no, I'm not going to do any further things. He was like, please go practice and do at least a dance, please. And that he told me, okay, this is the moment which I actually learned a lot of things. I'll tell you, see, if you had stopped your decision, if you had stopped what you actually wanted to do at that time, you wouldn't have got an opportunity like that. You wouldn't have known that you could dance well. You wouldn't have got any appreciation. Appreciation actually releases happy hormones in your body, which will make boost which will actually boost to do things a lot. Okay, it will make you do whatever you want, how much ever you want, until and unless you stop to do. It's you who decides what to do, but decisions should be proper. Even though it's gonna be wrong, just discuss with your parents and let them know, and then take your first step. I'll tell you, I was so damn happy. I was like, the person who told me not to do is the same person is asking me to do. So the things you should, I'll tell you, each and everything you should try in your life and know whether it's right or wrong. Until and unless you try, and if you feel cringe about everything, whatever you do, you can't learn anything in your life. Until and unless you do, you will learn everything. This is the best lesson I learned. Just go and try everything. Let this be say yes or no. It's your life. You try, you win, you lose. But discuss once you're gonna enter into any of your path. That's what I did, and I was damn happy because I won a lot of prizes, literally a lot. My family was very happy. Okay, I was focusing on my studies also, but I'll tell you, after that, reaching Bangalore, there were a lot of ugly stuff going on. But I am telling you about where I was in Delhi. I'll tell you. So before Corona, as I told, I was in 6th and going in schools. I literally remember I was just in 4th and okay, I was learning classical dance from first. I was till 4th I learned, and then after I left because of my studies, I want to concentrate more on my studies. And you know what, 6th में एक और बड़ा सा कुछ हुआ. I'll tell you, I didn't know anything about regional thing. I don't know anything what is regional classical dance because I didn't have any idea about it. I was full on my studies. So 6th में क्या हुआ कि when I was in school, before all this stuff which actually I told you, before all this stuff when I was in school, there's actually regional competitions going on. I didn't know. And people, when I did a classical dance, people were like, just go and do that too with the hardly trained 10 to 12 years trained classical dancer who were like in 10th and 12th standard. And I was only in 6th. I didn't know anything about it. I was like, sir was like, go and participate in the regional dance because it was a north state. Classical dance was actually rare in that, so none of them from that school, KV school, was there. He actually took me. Yeah, I was like, yeah, you can do. And then literally tell you the most embarrassing situation. I learned a lot of things, I'll tell you. So what actually happened is, I told my mom that I'm gonna do classical dance, that too the simple song Mushika Vahana. Okay, that too I was 6th. You remember, just think how could I have danced. Okay, I feel very embarrassed, but I'm happy that I learned something from it, I'll tell you. So what actually happened is, आई डेंट नो दैट रीजनल डांस में जब पार्टिसिपेट करने चलते हैं तो पहले से मेकअप सब कुछ लगाना पड़ता है. आई थॉट वहाँ जाके जो भी टीचर्स हैं वो लगा देंगे, पर उन्हें कुछ भी नहीं आता. मतलब वो कैसे जानेंगे कि क्लासिकल डांस में कैसे वाला मेकअप लगा सकते, कुछ भी नहीं जानते. तो आई डेंट नो एनीथिंग अबाउट इट. जस्ट पैक्ड ऑल माई थिंग्स. आई जस्ट वेंट देयर इन दैट stadium which was actually a regional thing was going, literally regional things. which is actually very big now. Okay, all these things was going on. I was like, okay, ma'am, makeup laga do. And ma'am was like, no, मुझे नहीं आती, मुझे कैसे आ सकता है? And I don't even know how classical dancers look. And I was like, ma'am, what? And then literally I didn't know anything about makeup, not even M. And all the seniors, no, they literally see everyone as competition. Who would see in the humanity level like, oh my god, small child, she doesn't know anything, nobody would do that. So I literally took all the makeup stuff, did something like I was looking like a bhuta, you know, all this. And I didn't know anything, I just went and I did the dance. It was not that good though, but yeah, it is okay. But I didn't get selected, I like to tell you, because the people there are like masters in classical dance. They're in 10 people. I'm not explaining about the age, but yeah, they were very master. I was just finishing my basic level. I was about to enter into my senior level, but I got out because of my studies. So this thing happened, and yeah, after all these things, I participated the same dance in my school, that too before entire 1st to 12th standard. Think about my situation, that too wearing again a bhuta makeup. And the video is still there in the website, and the photo is still there in the website, in the Google. Yeah, I was like, okay, at least I learned few lessons. Go and experience, you learn, you'll meet a lot of people. I met a lot of people there also. I learned all of these things. I'm able to tell everything before the camera just because I experienced everything. Though I felt embarrassed, though I felt cringe, I took the step. So I am just requesting you, take a step towards whatever you want and learn lesson from it. Don't be afraid that, oh my god, what will people think? बाढ़ में जाए दुनिया, बाढ़ में जाए, तुम्हें क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Like whatever you earn, whatever you learn, are they going to come and help you in the further things? No. तुम जो हो, only you are gonna help yourself. So कुछ भी बात करने से पहले सोच मत, बोलो जितने चाहिए उतना बोलो. If they're judging, let them judge. बाढ़ में जाए. Don't give a shit about it. Okay, I'm telling you these things. Remember it. So this is 2 life lessons which I actually learned, and I'll tell you the other one lesson also. See, while learning my Hindi language, which I told you in the previous video, I felt so embarrassed because like I was mispronouncing all the words. And respect, okay, I didn't know there's a respect of words. We use for respecting elders, but I was using tu, matlab tu, literally tu. And I was like, and people were like, how dare you call me tu, you should call for elders. I was like, okay. I got into a fight because of this a day, which I actually don't want to get into. So yeah, all these things happen in my life. I learned many things. This is actually part 1 out of 100. I learned these things. I hope you enjoyed it very well. I'll further continue all my stories. And yeah, let's meet again in the new video. Thank you. Bye bye. I hope you enjoyed it a lot. Okay, then if yes, like it, share and subscribe. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye. Take care. Bye bye.